Hi, I'm Mike Rankin with Relational Advisors, and I'm here with Henry Levis, one of our benefit advisors. Henry, welcome. How are you?
Doing well on this fine Wednesday.
That's good. So, Henry, tell me a little bit about yourself and a little bit about what you do at Relational.
Yep, so like you said, I'm a benefits advisor, so I get to work with employers to find the best strategy for their payroll, HR, benefits, or 401k. We also bring a custom-tailored white glove approach to every client. We can also work with PEOs and do HR consulting.
So what's for those of us that aren't familiar with the letters PEO, what's PEO?
A PEO is a professional employer organization.
Yep.
Essentially, they take a group or pool of employees and then use that to leverage purchasing power for employee benefits or medical coverage.
Okay, awesome. And would you say, is that primarily for like larger employers or smaller employers, or where's the bell curve?
Yeah, absolutely. It's primarily for smaller employers.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the bell curve is anywhere from 10 to 65 employees.
Mm-hmm.
Once you really cross over that 65 or 100 employee mark, it starts to make less sense.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting when you look, I think, at the PEO market over the last 10, 15 years. It's certainly grown in Florida, California, Texas, probably some in Colorado as well, and it certainly is an advantage in that smaller market. What I find interesting, though, is that a lot of employers go to seek that PEO for either healthcare discounts or maybe it's workers' comp. But at the end of the day, our experience is that once a company comes in, after a couple of years, they're actually you think you're getting this break because you're in this big pool,
Right.
but they actually end up underwriting you based on your claims. So it can be that you can get kind of outsized increases. So as part of what you do, kind of go through and help the employer understand really what all the different kind of pricing levers are within that program?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of cost control levers that can be pulled. I mean, we also have to tell the story around that, right? And help them fully understand what you just said. So there's a lot of hand-holding. It's very easy to get into that relationship, but it's
Right.
very hard to get out of.
Yes.
So it's very labor-intensive on our end, but also the employer's end as well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, and I feel like what you bring to the table and hopefully what Relational brings to the table is good consulting advice around that, right? Because most of the representatives on the PEO side, not picking on anyone, but they're incented. They only get paid if they sell that deal. Whereas for us, we're really looking for the long-term relationship. And so trying to peel back some of the layers of the onion, because it's amazing how many areas of cost can be hidden in certain ways. And so I think helping employers kind of go through that exercise. I know you had mentioned that there was an employer in Colorado that you helped come out of that type of arrangement. Tell me a little bit about that story.
Yeah, absolutely. So we, through one of our organizations, found Best Engineering. Shout out Lisa Best and Matthew Best.
That's right.
Great people. They were working with a PEO, and they just had a lot of issues come out of it, whether it was payroll, claim support, or even just plan selection. There was not a lot of support there. On top of that, their admin fee that they were paying in was way outsized for their company.
Yeah.
We were actually able to get them into the ACEC Life and Health Trust. And just a little bit of background on that, the ACEC Life and Health Trust is a pool of member firms from the American Council of Engineering Companies.
So engineering companies,
Yep,
right?
exactly.
Yep.
And they are able to pass along a discount for large group health rates to their member firms through this program.
Interesting. Yep.
So in moving them out, them being Best Engineering out of their PEO relationship, we're actually able to cut out that admin fee, save them money on their plans, and provide better plans that they were currently getting in their relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good story. I remember, I think one of the days we went by best, I think it was Pancake Thursday maybe. And
Oh, gosh,
I
something
can't
like
remember.
that, yeah.
There always seems to be good food around there.
Right,
That's
right.
what I remember.
Yep.
Yeah, awesome. And so Henry, share with me, sort of what you're excited about over the next 12 months and what you kind of see in the future for yourself at Relational.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's been a lot of talk around the recession, and that's looming over us. But all of our clients seem to be really busy.
Yeah.
The key point for them is going to be automation around administration, and that allows them to keep butts in seats. Attract and retain their talent, as well as keeping their benefit programs high. So what I'm really excited about is finding more like-minded employers to work with, and getting them under the Relational umbrella.
Yep. Well, that sounds good to me too. Yeah, it is interesting where, right now, I think if we look at this, I heard somebody call it the other day a labor crisis, where, we have this looming recession. And granted, obviously we've had recent bank failures. I think there's big time trouble brewing in the commercial Class A building market, right? Where you've got all the workers have gone home, the leases are dropping, and yet there's all this debt to be refinanced. I mean, there's going to be a lot of blood in the streets from that standpoint. But when we look at a lot of our clients, which are, in engineering and real estate development, architecture, software, law firms, and all of those knowledge workers, I mean, unemployment's at 3.9% by various measures. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that develops over the next 6 to 12 months. So from that standpoint, who are some of the vendors that you're working with on the automation front that you've had success with?
Great question. We've been working with Rippling. They're a great outfit. They're one of the best PEOs / ASO models on the market right now. You can actually use them just for their core function as well, which is just their HRIS and payroll. There's also Namely, which is more performance management and applicant tracking. There's your Bamboo HR, which is good for smaller employers, for just kind of getting their feet wet in the HRIS world.
Space,
those are some of the tops that come to mind.
Yeah, it is amazing how, when you look at HR departments that are being asked to do more all the time, whether it's compliance or administration or onboarding, having those technology tools are critical for, for success there. And also it increases employee engagement, right? I think when an employer has tools that are easy to use, that remove the friction from even requesting PTO or something like that. Something as simple as changing your 401k deferral amount, right? Those are great obstacles to remove from that employment relationship, and especially for a small to mid-sized employer, right, where they can bring the technology of a Fortune 500 company to bear on 20, 30, 50, 100, 200 employees. It's a great time to have those tools at our disposal. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
So Henry, share with me your next trip or concert or anything good on the horizon.
Well, we do have some great trips coming up on the work front.
We do.
Be going
yes.
to Colorado tomorrow, and then from there, Charlotte, North Carolina, which I'm actually pretty excited about. I've never been to that part of the country.
I've been to the South a fair amount, but not to Charlotte, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah, and then from there, going to get out to New York a little bit. Recently got invited to a birthday in Miami.
Nice.
Still deciding on that one. We'll see.
Oh, Miami's great. Miami's great. But you are at the age where you get all of these invitations. You're like, how many $1,000 weekends can I possibly afford?
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know if I got that in the pocketbook.
Right, exactly.
But
budget.
Exactly. Yeah. But just did see a concert this weekend. This last weekend, we saw the Nude Party. They're a small band that came out of North Carolina. They all went to college together out there. and actually from college got random jobs on a lake town and just jammed in their basement. And then now they're on tour.
Awesome.
So we met one of the singer's dad in the crowd. It was a great time.
Awesome.
We had a good time.
Fantastic. Well, Henry, thank you very much. Thanks for
course.
sharing your expertise and
Thanks for
advice.
having me.
Yep. Okay. We'll see you soon.
All right.
Thank you.